One of the things that has always been emphasized to me is that there is no rigidity whatever in spirit terms. One of the things that for us is that everything has a form or a structure. Isn't that so? And in order to understand things, we have to put them into a certain structure. And this is what has held us back for so long, that we have, for instance, even the notion of God or whatever, we put God into a certain form, a physical form. And instead of, that it's difficult for us to understand something that has no form in that way, that it's just energy, love, for example. But, so we look for that sort of thing to be expressed in our dealings with the world of spirit, you see. We look for it to be expressed that we either have, that we have one or two or three or whatever guides. But usually, in my understanding, that we make an arrangement or an agreement with evolved souls that they will help us. And that could be one or two or three or four or whatever. But that it leaves open the possibility of others coming in at different times of our lives. And this could include people who have passed on, say. That one of the ways that this was explained to me was that it can be a very useful thing for somebody who has passed on, who wants to help in that way, to work as a sort of a probationary guide. In other words, that they work with our guides, and that they would be, through that they would be helping their own progress. that they are finding out they're moving on themselves, but at the same time in helping others, that it's helping them to move on. So the answer to your question, I think, is that, in other words, that there's a flexibility about it, and that at certain stages of your life, you may get in another guide who will help you with a particular problem or whatever, So, but there's complete flexibility about it. But at the same time, in some channelings, I've seen that we have one guide who's always with us, and I know in my own experience that seems to be the case, that there's always a particular one or perhaps more who are constant, but then that others might come in at different times. So